Hey everyone, Tyler Williams here with Meeple Mountain, and we're excited to show you something that our friends at Funtail Games sent over to us. It is a prototype of their upcoming Kickstarter, Feed the Kraken. We just couldn't wait to get our hands on it, so even though this is a quarantine edition, that's not going to stop us from gaming, and we want to get you as excited about this game as we are. So, did a little unboxing here. I just want to walk you through some of the parts to this game and share with you why I think this is a great title, my impressions of it, what I think Funtails did really well on this one, and just share a little board game excitement with you guys. So let's go ahead and talk about Feed the Kraken and some of the awesome components that you can see here. So what is Feed the Kraken? Feed the Kraken is a hidden information, social dynamics kind of game. This would be similar to something like Secret Hitler or Werewolf, things where you're all working towards an objective, but you have a secret role or some secret information that you really can't share. It only gets out through how you play the game. That's similar to Feed the Kraken in that players will find themselves on one of three teams working to move collectively the ship towards one of those destinations. So you may find yourself being a loyal sailor, you may find yourself being the evil pirate, or perhaps maybe the more evil cult of the Kraken. There are three objectives that really they win or lose based on how they navigate the ship. There are three directions that the ship will go: blue towards a sailor victory, red towards a pirate victory, or yellow towards a Kraken victory, with some strange caveats there. They have some interesting win conditions. But all of it plays together in a beautiful way. So let's go ahead and talk about some of the components and what you're trying to accomplish. Feed the Kraken has a lot of incredible components in it. The first thing that jumped out to me when I opened up the box was this awesome 3D printed ship miniature. It has just incredible design value already, and this is just a quick 3D printed prototype. I cannot wait for the final product here. This looks great. It shows just where your ship is and how you're navigating around the map, but it creates a great table presence. It looks really good, and I think that setting a theme and a vibe like that is so important in games like this. We have these awesome 3D printed little muskets. The muskets are very key to the game in that they allow you to mutiny or overrule a navigation card. So these are things you'll want to collect in the game for sure, and have a few just on hand in case you need them. We'll talk more about the navigation cards in just a second. We have these really nice 3D printed interaction tokens. Basically, they set on the board and showcase what will happen when your ship goes to that space. Again, creates just a really nice depth, so you can see it very quickly, like, oh yeah, I know if we go there, this thing will happen. I think that's great. We have these navigator and lieutenant tokens. These are kind of like the boards in Secret Hitler that showcase really quickly at a glance who's doing what role for this current round of the game. And so these will set in front of various players and move around the board. But again, they're nice, they're crisp, they look really good. I think that the quality, the production quality of this game is up there for sure. It looks really good. So again, as I mentioned, we have these role tokens. These are going to go in a private bag. Everyone will get their own, and you'll secretly look to see what your role is. So in this case, I might be a pirate. And this will pass around, and you'll have your role, and you'll keep it secret. But it's really nice because these are quick, and at a glance you can tell very quickly what you're trying to accomplish on the map in this particular game. So let's get to the real meat of the game, which is the navigation cards. So there's a deck of navigation cards, and in them there are three distinct directions that the ship will go. There will be a blue sailor navigation card that will always move you towards the sailor victory. There will be a red pirate destination, which will always move you towards the pirate victory, and then true north, the yellow cards, will move you up towards the Kraken victory. Now that may seem a little simple in that if I'm a sailor, you may say, well, why would I would just always want to go with blue cards, right? That's the blue's direction I want to go, I just take blue cards. Well, it's not always as simple as that, because every card, along with having some action or direction that you go, it also has a consequence, something that happens in the game. There's a nice little outline over here that kind of lays out what those things will be, but some of them are good, some of them are bad. The good ones may find themselves on pirate cards or Kraken cards or cards that are not of your particular group's alignment. Your cards you may find, like for instance this blue sailor card here, while it may be good for you if you're a sailor, it also makes you lose a musket, which means that you can't vote as much on mutinies. So even though it may be a good card for your group, it may have a really bad consequence that you may want to avoid. And I think that's great that Funtails put enough thought into the game to create that layered idea of tough choices of, do I really need to go the direction I want to go right now, or should I wait? Because the consequence on that card is really bad. I think that's important. The last layer of depth that they did really well in this game is that everybody will get a role card as well. So you'll have your allegiance, your alignment, however you want to call that, your faction, and then you'll also have a role card. So for instance, you may be the captain. Each of these cards have a unique and special ability that is asymmetric to them, which I think is great. So you may find that you're a sailor and the captain. Well, that game is going to play really different for you than if you were the leader of the Feed the Kraken and the captain. So this layered replayability that you get is incredible, because you not only get the replayability of playing these different factions with kind of different interactions, but you also get to play those factions as different roles. That changes the way that you play entirely, and I think it's really, really wonderful that Funtails put that thought into it. So again, that's a huge gold star for Feed the Kraken, because I think the replayability value that you're going to get in this game is enormous, which I think is always a good check mark for a board game. Does it have replayability? And this game does. So that's a quick rundown of some of the components of the game and really why we're excited about it. I think the pirate niche is lovingly crafted. You can tell by looking at this, it's a labor of love for their team. It has a lot of depth. It has a lot of theme just soaked into it. And if you like pirate-themed games, even if you don't and you like social dynamics, bluffing, hidden agenda games, there's going to be something to love here for you. I think this is a game you will not want to miss when it hits Kickstarter soon. So keep your eyes peeled for it. You're not going to want to miss this one. I'm sure it's going to fund quickly. I'm excited for all of the stretch goals that are going to come with it, because I know that the team at Funtails loves this title and they've put work and thought and effort into it, and we're really excited to have the opportunity to look at it and share some of that with you here. Thanks for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Check out some of our other Meeple Mountain content. I promise you won't be disappointed. This is Tyler Williams, signing off.